Okay, so I'd like to tell you guys about our trip from Chile to Bolivia. Okay, so this is the only country in South America where we need a visa, but you can get a visa on arrival. It's a little bit expensive, like $120. But yes, we got all our documents ready and everything printed the way they wanted, and we got on the bus in Chile. And we drove like 5 hours in the literally in the middle of nowhere. That was from the Atacama Desert. There was like nothing, just gravel road for 5 hours, and then we reached the border. So we first exited the Chilean border. Everything was fine, everything okay, and then we needed to enter Bolivia. Okay, so on the whole bus, we were like the only people, South Africans, that needed a visa. So all the other people passed the immigration, got back on the bus and waited, and we went to this little room. Okay, so we got there and we gave our documents, and everything was okay. At least everything was printed, so that was good. And then the guy said he needed $240, like we knew it would be for the visa. And so I asked him, I take out my bank card and I asked him visa, and he said yes. And I gave him the bank card and he just said, no, efectivo. So they only accept cash. The information we got is they got card facilities at the border, you can pay with your visa. And he just said no, efectivo only. So we said, well, can we not pay with the card, the visa card? He said no, efectivo. So we said we don't have. So he just did like this, nada, Chile. So there we were, the bus full of people waiting for us. They don't have card facilities, and he just said, well, if we don't have the cash, we must just go back to Chile. So in a moment think like, alright, and the sad part is, usually we don't book anything in advance, but because we needed a visa, you have to have your whole itinerary. So we booked all our buses, all our accommodation, everything for Bolivia, and we were going to lose all of that if we could not enter Bolivia. So, well, then the only thing left was to swallow our pride, get on the bus and ask if someone can borrow us like $240 US. Okay, so we get on the bus and I start asking people, and they just look at me. They don't understand English. Like, everyone on the bus speaks Spanish. No one speaks English basically. And like I ask one after the other person and they just look at me and there's just no reaction. Luckily there was just one lady from the UK that could speak English and Spanish, and we like asked her, look, we need $240 US, or else we have to find a way back to Chile. We don't know how and what and where, but so she had like $80. So, and then she started asking people, and then there was this one guy that gave $100 as well. So now we're on $180, but we need 240. Okay. And she asked, please, por favor, anyone, please, and like there's no one else that can or want to give money. And then there was this one guy that said, sorry, I don't understand. So he's a guy from Poland, and he couldn't speak Spanish, so we explained to him in English, and he also gave us like $100. And yeah, then we could go down, pay for the visa on arrival, and they allowed us in. So yeah, and immediately we got in Uyuni. I rushed to the ATM and gave them back their money. So at least it all ended well. We were so thankful for the travelers, like they didn't know us and they were willing to help us. I mean, we could just get off the bus and disappear, but that was so awesome of them to also help us. So